Fucking garlic bread's so good, dude. What? Wait, the stream was muted the whole time? No way.
We were talking and the stream was muted.
Oh, the music was playing.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? You're gonna repeat everything you just said while I eat this quickly, and you can fucking... He screwed this up.
Yeah, that's
Viking screwed this up.
So...
Hi, well, hello everybody. Welcome again.
We were just talking about how we fucked up last week. And now we fucked up this week.
Jesus Christ.
So hi everyone, again, this is Viking. Hello, can you hear me? Okay, it's working. Right. We're having a great start this week for a week, so we're just talking about how we fucked up last week. Okay. Well, the VOD for last week didn't save.
Even though we set it to save.
And even though we have it set to save, and I went through the settings straight after the stream after Cooper told me that he couldn't see it. So we don't know what the fuck happened.
I emailed Twitch and they never got back to me, so I'm just assuming it's gone.
Yeah. So this is number 11 for us on the stream. But it's going to be number 10 on YouTube. So if you are from YouTube, hi everyone, for starters, come follow us on our Twitch, because that's where we are live. Also, come join us on our Discord. This is where you'll find out why we haven't uploaded in so long. The reason we haven't uploaded in so long is because 1 week Cooper had something on. Which was,
wedding.
Yeah, you had a wedding. Then we did do an episode. It was all about E3. We talked about it for an hour and a half, nearly.
It's like 2 hours. We were getting pressure to stop it because we had to go to an op. Yeah. And it was so structured, and we watched so many videos, and it was so good.
But obviously,
and it's
we had
gone.
Twitch, so yeah, Coop's very upset. So that's why. And then we had another week off because Coop had friends and stuff, whatever it was. So he's obviously eating now. He ordered a pizza before the show started, an hour and a half before. Which
2 hours ago, man.
I explained this already, and the stream was muted, so that was fucked. We're off to a great start to come back to, aren't we?
So what happened is we kind of realized that we didn't have a whole lot to talk about other than kind of in-house stuff. So we're we don't need to have the whole 2 hours, so we'll start an hour later. And at this point, it was already 45 minutes to when we would normally start. So I ordered a fucking pizza and some garlic bread. That was almost 2 hours ago. And then I was telling Viking, I was like, okay, well, you know what? At some point, they're probably going to show up. And as it was doing the starting sequence, I was like, look, I'm just going to go check to see if they're there. Not 4 seconds into actually showing us. I mean, we were still muted, but showing us, it fucking shows up. And I'm like, one second.
And that's why I think you're going to love Australia, because obviously Cooper, if you don't know, he's coming to Australia. He's already announced that.
Oh yeah, I guess that's news. I'm going to be going down to see Viking and Tim's, the guy that we were just talking about that was muted so you couldn't hear. And we're going to just have a fucking party for 3 weeks.
One of our UnderClocked episodes is going to be live in the same house, in the same room.
Dude, that's so sick.
I didn't even think of that till then.
That's so sick, dude.
Obviously Cooper's going to have a lot of videos out on his YouTube for that. That's when are you coming again? It was the 23rd?
The 24th? Once I have a calendar in front of me, I will land on the 23rd.
Yeah, of January. So next year.
Yeah.
It's still 6 months away. We're still talking about stuff to do. Obviously, it's going to be a lot of Melbourne, probably around where I live, and then Sydney is so far the talk. We did think about Canberra, which is obviously Australia's capital, but there's not much to do in Canberra, other than we explained to it, there's 3 things to do in Canberra. There's 4 things. Go to the War Memorial, which is actually really cool. Go to the old Parliament House, go to the new Parliament House, then go to Questacon. And for anyone that doesn't know what Questacon is, it's a place for kids. Okay? We're in our what are you mid-20s?
Yeah.
I'm early 20s. It's not for us unless we're fucking. How big is that drink? Is that a 1.5 or something?
780 or 710. It's thin. Like the new Pepsi bottles are thinner
Yeah,
and
I
taller.
haven't seen those Pepsi bottles. That's why I was
Yeah,
like,
dude. Like, look at how fucking big. Like this is a piece of cheesy bread. Look at how tall this thing is.
what the fuck? You won't see that here. You won't see that here.
Yeah, but this is North America, dude.
Yeah, I know. You guys have some weird shit.
Uh, oh, that's something we can talk about. It's not really whatever, but with the Steam summer sale that's come on,
Oh
we've
yeah.
kind of been getting a whole bunch of games and playing some older games too. Like,
We played Left 4 Dead with Farsight and Tim's not too long ago.
yep, and in fact, sometime in the very near future, there will be a video of that.
There's already 2 videos of you playing Left 4 Dead already, isn't there?
Yeah, the one with GK Byrne and Ralph Frost, and then another one with you and Farsight.
Yeah. So that's stuff that's been happening. We've been obviously playing some older games, and later on we're going to play. Cooper's never played it, but we're going to play Elite Dangerous. Which,
Yeah.
if you've played that before, it's actually a lot of fun. I was playing it earlier. I did a mission. It took me probably about half an hour, and I earned 23 million credits.
Okay, you know what? This is actually a good time. Explain Elite Dangerous to me. What the like? You
Okay.
said it's like
So
it's
you
like No
gotta-
Man's Sky except not shit. But like, what does that mean?
Okay, so in this one, for one, the multiplayer is actually really fucking like a mint. Like, you can actually have like wings together, which is obviously up to 4 people. It's called a wing. It's more like a. It's
Okay, I was like chicken wings. Like, what are you talking about?
Like it's like a squad. Like
Okay, like a
in-
fire team or whatever.
yeah, like in Battlefield where you get your friends together.
Uh huh.
Yeah, so it's like that, and you've got wing missions that you can find at places, so you can do missions together, and you can earn the same amount of money. There's
Okay.
3 major factions. There's the Federation, Empire, and the Alliance, which you can rank up.
Okay.
Obviously, getting to the higher ranks, you can unlock ships that are classified for those places. So, like a Federation gets one massive Corvette that you
Okay.
can unlock, but you have to be an admiral in that rank. Okay, that makes sense. So you have to be an admiral in the Federation to unlock the Corvette. It's the same for the Alliance and did I say what was the other one? Empire.
You didn't say it yet.
It's like Empire or something, I think.
Sure. Some opposition.
Yeah. They're obviously in conflict, but there's also minor factions, and people have actually made player-made minor factions. So I used to be part of a group called the Intergalactic Nova Force, which is a player group. It had like
Okay.
something like you'd get like 50 people on a day.
Oh shit.
Playing Elite Dangerous. And that's a minor faction, and that faction can go around to different systems and take control of systems by doing missions at like space stations, going to they can cause a war, and you can go to conflict zones, which are massive battles.
This sounds like Eve Online.
Except for with EVE Online, it's all like third person and shit.
Yeah. It's much more like
this is all first person inside the ship.
that's shit.
Also, you have your like 360 degrees spinning and shit like that.
Mhm.
The control scheme's a little bit different, but once you get used to the control scheme, it's like really easy to fly around.
Are you gonna use your joystick?
So I have a joystick and thrusters. Usually I'm playing in VR too, so that's usually why I'm using them. Because obviously using the keyboard and mouse for this game doesn't work in VR. It's very, there's a lot of buttons to press.
Don't mind me, ma'am.
It is a lot of fun though. Like going into combat zones and going into like you can go. There's so many different ways to make money. Obviously, doing missions is the big one. And the more friendly you are to a faction, say you're in a system and you become really good friends with this one faction, they'll give you really good money for missions.
Right.
So like the mission I did was I had to go buy resources from one place and bring it back. Right? A certain amount. So it was like 1,400 of this resource, and I had this massive ship, so I could carry heaps of it. I had to go to this place, buy them, and bring them back to this place and give it to them for free. So seems stupid, right? I spent probably about 6 mil doing this mission.
You spent fuck.
Yeah, but I gained 23 mil at the end of it.
Okay, so you kind of have to put your money up front and then. Oh my god, doesn't this kind of look almost like it's like a Frank's Red Hot like commercial? Like, look at how perfect the logo was. Like,
yeah, I know. Frank, please sponsor.
sponsorship. Yeah, sponsorship, dude. Dude,
And
this is
same
like
with
the
same with
a
Blink.
1 liter
Same with Blink
Frank's Red
182,
Hot.
please.
Yeah,
Also, then I could just do this. NASA, please. Also, we're talking about space.
yeah, yeah. Imagine NASA's like, you know what? Yeah, yeah. Let's do that.
Yeah, doubt it.
No
So
shit.
obviously that's one way of making money, is what I've explained. Another way is going into resource areas or nav beacons, which is obviously just places inside a system. And when I talk about a system, this is like just one little area of like maybe a couple of planets where this place is massive. Some people have gotten to the edge of the map and have tried flying far away,
Okay.
but they got stuck out in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. Ran out of fuel. And here's something really cool.
Oh, there's fuel.
Yeah, there's a
Ah, okay.
faction. There's a faction in the group called the Fuel Rats, and what they do is you contact them and say, "I've run out of fuel in this system. Can you come help me?" And they'll just bring you fuel to refuel your ship. That's all they do.
That's good.
Oh fuck.
Are you good?
Yeah, I've got a
Holy
cold.
fucking hell.
Doing missions is one way. Bounty hunting. So if you find people that are wanted, obviously killing them will get you money.
And this is all like MMO online, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's shit tons of ships. I think there's like something like nearly up to 50 ships that you can fly.
Whoa.
You can also multi-crew. So I have a big ship where I can have 3 people in my ship, including me. And what I can do is I can have little fighter bays. So
Is that like NPCs or like I can go in your ship?
you can go on my ship.
That's pretty sick, dude.
And like you can have a fighter. So you could jump in a fighter and like protect me while I'm like gathering mining resources or something.
When did this come out? Because it wasn't very expensive.
It came out a long time ago.
Does it look good though?
Yeah, it looks great. It looks super mint.
Because all the pictures and shit look really sick, but like I got the whatever Elite Edition or whatever to get all the DLC and the passes and all that shit for like $18 or something.
Yeah, so obviously Steam Summer Sales are on, so that's definitely a good time to pick up games like this.
Right, exactly.
If you want to dedicate your time to something, definitely dedicate your time to this if you ever get a chance to. And if you really enjoy space games, especially flying
Like this
around.
looks so good. Like just like I'm looking at like some like screenshots
Yeah.
and like the visuals look so fucking good.
Yeah, there's a big community for this game, and people are obviously like, some people are like, you know what, I've got a family now, I can't afford to do this, so they sell their accounts. Now, depending on how much they have, depends on how much you have to pay.
Right.
There's one account I looked at way back when I first started playing this. Like, I was like, this game's been out for like years already. I'm way behind.
Right.
I was kind of thinking of just buying an account, and there was one there for like $800.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah. So the guy had all these really high tier ships. Everything was unlocked. There's obviously different things. Oh, there's so much in it, dude. Like, I could spend hours talking about trying to explain how good this game is. Different weapons, right? You can get different weapons, but in those weapons, you can also engineer them to do other things. So so they're not just doing like thermal damage to a person's shield. Like, you know, you use a thermal weapon to melt down their shield, and then you use kinetic weapons to do damage to their hull, right?
Right.
So, like, say you would use what's called a beam laser, which is just fires one straight beam at the shield. And then you would use another one called a multi-cannon, which is obviously just a cannon, like a minigun.
Oh, okay, but you gotta knock the shield back first.
Yeah, you take the shield down, then you use the kinetic weapon to do damage to the hull. But you can do stuff like, I think the multi-cannon has this thing called corrosive, that you can engineer it to have, so it does damage over time as well.
Dude, this seems like right up my fucking alley, dude. Like, I'm actually pretty jacked up to play this.
It's really grindy, but it's really fun. Like, once you get to the big ships, it's really great.
Mr. Farsight, hello?
Are you two streaming?
Yeah.
Yes, we are. We're currently live in UnderClocked. What's up?
Are you?
Yeah, welcome.
No, you're not.
We're on our new
Yes,
channel
we are.
now.
We made a channel specifically for the podcast.
Why do I not have the link to this?
It's in. I put it in the Discord.
Where?
In the screenshots and.
Oh, so you've only literally done it just now, I see.
We've actually had this profile for
3 weeks now,
and we've streamed once before this on this.
Yeah, this is the second episode on this new channel.
So what you're saying is you disorganized peasants.
Well,
Oh,
we are
hell yeah.
today because this episode started off with us being muted the whole time.
We
Oh,
were
Fine.
muted for like
Well,
5 minutes.
That's better than Farsight's last stream. Hey, Farsight, want to explain your last stream?
Yo, what happened
30
there, bro?
minutes of something and 5.5 hours of nothing.
He put his outro screen and then left it for like 6 hours.
It wasn't even his outro. He paused the fucking stream.
There was like just like a pause symbol for like hours. We were playing Left 4 Dead like literally 5 hours later, and we're like, you're still live, right? Oh shit! Let me go turn that off.
I just came to see if you're going to do that thing tonight, Viking, or not.
Oh, I can.
All right, no worries. That's all. That's the only reason I came here. I didn't know you were streaming, so I'll leave you to it before I ruin your stream even more. See you later.
It's
Bye,
true.
man.
See ya, bye.
Well, it's Farsight. Farsight's a good friend of ours.
I love we just like we're streaming. No, you're not. Yes, we are.
I would hate myself so much if not only were we muted, but the stream wasn't working.
Bro, oh, fucking hell! I just give up.
Yeah, I would have just stopped because we've just been talking for half an hour.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Elite Dangerous seems like right up my fucking alley. Like I'm actually pretty jazzed
Yeah,
to
if
play
you're
it.
into-
Like
if
the more
you're
you
into-
talk about it, the more excited I get.
It's obviously a big learning curve in the fact that like the controls.
You keep saying that. What does that mean? Like, are they like
Okay, so
totally
it's
scuffed?
So like it's WASD to go like backwards, forwards, roll, all this stuff.
Sure.
But like there's also the thing like there's R and F to go up and down.
Okay. Yeah.
There's obviously like a different keys to do different things. Like there's keys to jump into hyperspace, which I think is J or G. There's also ones to do like turn your auto assist off. So like when you're instead of being like completely level, if you turn that off, your ship will just fucking spin out when you try to do stuff.
Right.
Which you would use that if you're like in a fight, you want to turn around really quickly. So you'd like put all your fucking thrusters into your back and then spin the fucking shit around. And all that. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Look at fucking
Yeah. I don't know why he keeps saying that my voice is always really fucking
You're pretty
quiet.
quiet, dude. I was editing through our Left 4 Dead videos, and you're far more quiet than everybody else.
Yeah, it might just be because I'm not talking really loud, or just like I turned down the decibels on my mic because it's obviously very echoey in this room because I haven't got much stuff around in this room.
Oh wait, shouldn't the chat be coming up on the screen?
Nah, I haven't set that up yet.
Oh god, we're so fucked.
No, it's just I'm using different system and I haven't set it up for that system yet. It's okay.
This is on OBS, right? Like
Yeah.
OG OBS.
It's fine, Dryden says. Hi, Dryden, by the way. Thanks for coming. So yeah, Elite Dangerous is definitely up your alley if you like grindy. I know you like Destiny, and that was a bit of a grind. that was a bit of a grindy game.
Dude, it is like the grindy game, man.
Yeah.
Like
So this is the same. This is the same thing, like grinding for money.
I'm a masochist, dude. I like inflicting grind and pain on myself. So
Yeah. So
I'll love it.
You'll definitely love this game. Once you get the control scheme down pat, and you can do it off memory, you'll be fine.
What did you say? It's R and F to go up and down?
Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
that's
use the
okay.
joystick and stuff now. So
I own a joystick.
which one?
Thrustmaster something?
The ones that I have, the Cytec X52, they are like modeled off this fucking game. They look exactly the same.
Yeah, I've got like an old ass Thrustmaster.
Do you have like a thruster as well on it? Like, or just the
Like
joystick?
this thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got them both.
Oh, then you should be able to use that.
Okay, I'll try. I'll pull it out and see if
You
see if
might
it
need
works.
to just have to look at the controls and like have to play around with it and make sure it actually works with the ships, because obviously it's a space game, not a flight game.
Right.
Which I mean, if anyone that doesn't understand, I mean like DCS World is a flight game, like gravity and shit.
The fuck is DC out? Oh,
DCS World is like the biggest fucking game when it comes to flight simulator.
other than Flight Simulator?
Other than Microsoft Flight Simulator, yes. It's
Yeah.
the most. I reckon it's more expensive than Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Dude, really? Oh,
It's-
isn't that the game where like every plane is like a DLC and it's
Yeah.
like to have everything it's like $2,000 or something
Yeah,
stupid?
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah, to get every single ship, get every single fucking plane in that game is fucking.
That's so
trivial.
fucking stupid. I think we talked about that when we had
Tim's.
Dagger on.
No, Dagger. Yeah, Dagger. We were talking to Tim's about it because Tim's has the same flight stick as me.
Yeah.
He plays a lot of DCS World. But like on my controller, I have controls that are like go up and down and shit on this hand, my thruster hand, instead of like the
Right.
joystick. So it's like everything's planned out for me on that. All I do is just plug it in the USB and I'm good to go.
Right.
There's cool things in it, like if you obviously going to the space station, there's like a narrow fucking little hole that you got to go through to get into the space station before you can land.
Yeah.
Other space stations obviously have the platforms outside, but they're really small ones for small ships. If you want a big ship, you got to fit it through this tiny little fucking slot, like a mail slot. Like imagine, like the mail slot on your mailbox is how fucking big this is. And I was driving the biggest fucking ship I've ever fucking flown, which is, for anyone that doesn't know, Elite Dangerous was a Type 9 Heavy. That's the biggest one I've ever flown. Got it fucking wedged in the mail slot, and you have 30 seconds to unfuck yourself before the fucking space station blows you up for blocking the fucking traffic.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's fucked.
Jesus. No, yeah, dude, this game seems pretty
Yeah, so
dope.
we'll play it later. I'll stream it.
Yeah,
so
for
if
sure.
you want to check it out, we'll stream it later.
There'll probably be a video of it later on. Know what I actually made a video or edited up today is those those bad drivers that we were watching.
Oh, did you actually record that?
Yeah.
We did a watch together a while back with Tim's, and we were watching, and Farsight was there too. We were
Yeah.
watching the Dash Cams Australia.
I'm gonna die while I'm there, bro. I am going to die.
Yeah, because obviously there's, if you haven't noticed, we have already said that Cooper is coming to Australia.
Were we muted when we said that last time? though?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so yeah, announcement news. If you didn't see it on my stuff, is for Australia Day, like 6 months from now, I'm gonna be going down to Australia, hanging out with the Viking and Tim's. So at some point, there's gonna be a whole bunch of Australian videos and an Underclocked episode or two in Australia with me and Vike sitting beside each other. So it's gonna be pretty fucking sweet.
Our first Underclocked video is gonna be fucking on Australia Day if we do it.
Oh, but we're gonna be so drunk. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's the point, right? Our Underclocked stream.
we think this one's scuffed. That one's gonna be just disaster.
And we'll probably be, if we do it right, we could probably do it in Melbourne. Just fucking stream it on our phones.
Well, I was actually looking at like Airbnbs and shit, and I don't know where exactly. Like, you know better than me where would be the best spot to actually get one. But they're not very expensive. Like, they're not as expensive as I thought.
Yeah, but well, I was talking about it with some mates, and they said yes, better just get a fucking hotel.
Really?
Yeah, there's some pretty cheap hotels you can get.
Oh, okay.
Like, you just want a place to sleep in Melbourne.
Yeah, I don't want
It's
to fucking
like-
hang out there.
You're not gonna spend 6 hours in there other than sleeping.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, if you sleep, get changed, have a shower. That's about it.
Go into the blistering heat, dude. I would laugh so hard. Fucking Tim's was like, I was talking to them about how like cold it can get in Canada during the winter, and that it'll be like negative 40 degrees, and that it's gonna be a huge jump for me because I'm going from the dead of winter to their dead of summer.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go from like negative 40 to positive 40 in like a day. And Tim's was like, dude, it gets so hot here, old people just die.
That's
They
not.
just die. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's not him joking around. That's a serious thing.
They just die. Like, it just because I was like, yeah, it can get so cold. They close down schools and they close down places of work because like you can literally get hypothermia because it's so cold. And he's like, yeah, old people just die here. Like, they just die.
You
I'm like, what the
you
fuck?
say it exactly how he said it. But obviously, like, they don't close down schools and stuff for the heat. Obviously because the schools are air-conned and stuff, so they just go, yeah, no, it's air-conditioned, you'll be right.
But like, there have been times here where like literally the doors will freeze closed, and like
yeah, and then
you can't have that.
what was I gonna say? They do close places of work. Like, if you work in a hot environment, like where I work, there's places
Mhm.
where I work it gets up to, in a 45-degree day, you can get up to 65 degrees, Which we're
Fucking
talking about
hell.
Celsius, by the way, if you don't understand.
Oh yeah,
what
we
we're talking-
speak real temperatures. We don't speak that American bullshit.
We don't speak bullet velocity per fucking
Per
football,
oil gallon.
per football field.
per communist states.
Okay, we talk real measurements. Like, hey, how many meters are in a kilometer?
I don't know how many centimeters are in a meter. Like,
It's like it's
I-
1,000. It's like 1,000.
well, yeah, it's just so fucking funny because like anytime I hear an American talk shit about that, I'm like, we're in tens, right? Like everything is like 100 or 1,000 of, and yours like how many how many
We're not.
feet
Our measurement system was not made by a person that just rolled a 6-sided die 4 times. I just said that's the number.
Well, think about it this: there's 5,280 feet in 1 mile. What mongoloid made that up?
Again, a drunk person rolling a 6-sided die.
That's so fucking dumb.
But you know, if you've grown up around that, obviously you'd be so used to it.
Yeah, but that's bullshit because like my parents grew up with that, and then right when they were finishing school is when they switched to the metric system, and they use the metric system because it's easy. Like it's such an easy concept. Everything is in tens and hundreds. Like just stop teaching the shitty, stupid. I don't know, man. It just doesn't make any sense to me. And I'm sure there are Americans who are gonna get pissed off, but like, whatever, man. Whatever.
It's easier to figure out how fast you're going in a car.
Like
when
how many
everything-
milliliters
when
are in a liter?
everything in your RPM is 1,000.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
like I'm doing 6 fucking RPM. That's 6,000 RPM. Like,
This has 710 milliliters in it. That is 71% of a liter. You know how I know that? Because
Because
basic
it's-
fucking math.
it's 71.
It's so stupid. Like I don't understand how they don't use normal metrics. Like the word for figuring out stats on shit is called metrics because everything is easier in the metric system.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah.
Sorry.
Farsight. I feel sorry for Farsight because remember he was in the British military and then moved to America.
So he gets to see the juxtaposition between the change of like, what are you idiots doing? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
The
But-
inches are stupid. Like inches to feet is 12 inch. Like there's 12 inches in a foot and 5,200 feet in a mile. Like that's so dumb. So dumb.
And it's easier for him to say that because he's like, aren't you like on the border pretty much of
Who, me?
yeah.
Close.
Yeah. Yeah, they're closer than I am. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Well, yeah. It would be faster for me to get to America than it would be to get into some cities in my own province.
Ah, okay, so that's pretty fair then.
Yeah.
You're gonna see how big Australia is once you get here. It's 3-hour drive to Melbourne from where I live, which is fine. Like I don't mind doing that. But it's a 7-hour drive to Sydney. Like that's what's the foods?
Look at that.
Yeah, look.
I give her some crust, and now she's like, boy, you got some more crust for me, homeboy? But the problem is that I do.
And now we know why your cat is so fat.
No, I don't give him food.
Yeah,
He's
no,
big boned, man. Leave him
cat's
alone.
Big boned. There's no such thing as big boned.
He's a thick boy, but okay, here's a fucking hilarious story. Okay, so even though he is like he does got some junk in the trunk, he's also like really like strong and big. Like if you put him out, he's like a big ass cat. And when I went to, I think it was like Jamaica or Cuba or Dominican or whatever, I went on some vacation. And one of my buddies was like, "Hey, I can look after your cat while you're gone," because it was like 10 days. And I was like, dope. So I give Barney, my cat, to this guy, and he had a cat that was just fat as fuck. Like it was like a circle. And apparently, Barney is, because he's also big, strong, and like an alpha cat. He's like a barn cat almost. Apparently, he would just pin this other cat to the ground and just bite its tummy, like it's fat, just to bully it and have fun. Like that was just him playing, but it was like fucked to the point where my buddy called my parents. Was like, "Dude, I have to bring the cat over. My cat is hiding in a corner and it's having like PTSD flashbacks, dude. I cannot take hold of your cat anymore, it's fucked. So he drives it to my town, which is like an hour away from where he's at, to drop my cat off. I get back, he's like, dude, my cat still like hides in the back of the bathroom. Like, your cat is a monster. I'm like, sorry, dude, I don't know what to tell you. Like when he was like 1, his like teeth were so long they were stabbing like the top of his mouth, and it was like getting infected. And it got to the point where they were like, we might have to shave his teeth down. But I mean, he was growing, so like it just fits. But like when his mouth is completely closed, his teeth still come out of the bottom. Like he's just a fucking beast.
Barney bites the back of your neck if you annoy him.
See, Nancy knows.
Yeah, but I don't know because I live all the way over here. My dog, which I just put in the text chat area of our Discord, so if you want to see it, that's how you see that. You go to our Discord. I was just petting him and he jumped up like he is in that photo.
Hey, one sec. Keep talking. I'm gonna grab Fangy Boy.
Fangy Boy, is that his nickname? What the fuck? Like I was just petting my dog and my dog just sat there like that. Like again, if you see this, go to our Discord. It's right there in our text chat area. For anyone that can't see it, I'm not going to show you on the webcam because you're not part of our Discord. And so I was just petting him and he just climbed up like that, and that's how he sat in between my legs for like 5-10 minutes. Just wanted pats the whole time. This dog wants his food. I hope his dog jumps up onto the fucking table and takes the food from the table, where he's just, look at him. I want to get his attention, but I don't know what to do to get his attention. Oh, he's back. Never mind. Fuck.
I walked all over the place to grab him. He's literally underneath the table.
Fuck. You have the I feel like you have the same table as me, actually. Now that I look at the corner there. But no, actually, no, you don't. Never mind. I was hoping the whole time that your dog would jump up and grab the food from the table.
Oh, she knows better than that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, my dog would do that.
Hey, bud. Oh yeah. Okay, that's enough of that.
Doesn't like that.
Well, he was comfortable and like asleep, and I woke his ass up.
Ah, well, that's no.
And now I'm giving attention to the cat and not the dog.
Yeah.
I'll give you food. Shut up. Anyway, so that's Fangy Boy.
Chunky boy.
Chonky Boy. Yeah, he's
Chungus.
like he's thick, but like he's also like his healthy weight is like 19 pounds.
Oh, okay.
Whereas like a normal, like what's a normal cat weight?
Cat Chungus.
Like a normal cat should be between 10 and 14 pounds. And like a Maine Coon, which is like a big ass cat, is like 25 pounds. So he's somewhere in between.
My friend has 2 of them.
So his healthy weight is somewhere between normal and
my mate who
monster.
is like who just hits my shoulders. That's how tall he is. Has 2 fucking Maine Coons, and he puts his arms out like this, and fucking the whole cat takes up pretty much his whole body.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's
Which obviously
so awesome.
Maine Coons are like one of the biggest fucking cats in like domestic cats is what you'd call them.
Yeah.
Because obviously there is other animals in the cat family, but this is domestic cats we're talking about.
God, they're so fucking gorgeous though.
They're fucking great. Which I was just saying to before, I don't know if you saw it, Coop, I put a photo in the text chat area of our Discord, which then I was just giving people shit about if they're not part of our Discord, they should go join our Discord. That's how my dog. Right. That's how my dog was sitting when I was fucking petting him last night. In the fucking photo.
Oh, your dog is really small.
Yeah, he's not that big. He's a border collie cross kelpie. So he's not meant to be a big dog. He's meant to be a farm dog.
What is he, like 30, 35 pounds?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. See, this fluff monster is a border collie Malamute mix.
Yeah, that's why he's got big fur.
Exactly.
Where mine is
fluff monster
with mix of kelpie, so he's got very short fur.
Norwegian
forest cat.
Oh, bro.
Alright, well this video was only meant to be a small one, and it has been a small one. You have a Saint Bernard / Rottweiler mix. That's fucking sick.
Yeah, and it fucking his head is like a fucking
watermelon.
Knock people out, dude.
That would
seen
be
this
fucking
monstrosity of a creature, and it fucking.
sick. Coop, I have a question. You ride motorbikes, yeah?
I do ride motorbikes, yes.
Why don't you do moto vlogs?
You clearly don't check out my channel then.
Well, no, I mean, like, why haven't you done one in ages?
To be lately, it's been super fucking rainy and shitty, so like I haven't been out
Okay.
as much as I want to. But also, the thing that I used on for my other ones, it was like this like suction thing that then strapped to like the side of the helmet, and I don't trust it, going fast.
Okay.
So like I wouldn't go on the highway with it or something. I want to get one of those ones that mounts to like your chin, but my helmet kind of comes to a point. So I've been trying to figure out a way to mount it properly. So that's why I haven't yet, because I want to do it properly. I don't want to be driving at like 100k on the highway and the fucking camera goes flying off or something.
There's also that. I'm sure if he went moto vlogging, he'd probably get out a bit more.
Well, yeah, and like even today, like it rained like all fucking day.
I want to get my motorbike license, and the reason I don't have it yet is because I'm still at the point where I only have. Do you have like in Canada? Do you have like probationary licenses?
Yeah, so you get you do a written test. You get your G1, as it's called.
Okay.
Then you have that for a year, and then you do a road test, and then you get your G2, and then another year after that you get your full license. And on a motorcycle, it's similar to that, but
Okay.
shorter time.
So here you get what's called your learner's permit.
Is that where they put the big L on your car?
Yeah.
That sucks so much ass.
And you have to drive with a person that has their full license. You can't have someone that has what's
Yep,
on.
same with us.
So then you have your P license or P1 license, which is probationary 1, which is the red one. You'll see it when you come in.
Yep.
There's a
Yep.
red. It's a red plate.
You guys were talking shit when we were watching those driving videos.
Yeah. Those people have to have that license for a year.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
same with the L's. You have to have it for a year. You also have to with your L's. You also have to do 120 hours driving. I'm pretty sure.
Right.
I'm pretty sure it's more now. So you do a written test. You get your learners. Then you
Yep.
do a driving test. You get your P1s. Then you do another written test. You get your P2s, which is probationary 2, which is the green one, which is the one we're giving shit to people. That's what I'm on at the moment, which I can go for my full license now. I can actually go to the RTA or Road Traffic Association or whatever and get my full license now, which is what I'm going to do when my license expires, because there's no point actually going to do it until it expires because I've still got my license.
Right.
We have to hold that for 2 years. That's all you have to do is have that for 2 years.
Oh, okay. Wow, yours seems way more complicated than ours.
And then you can go for your full license. So
Yeah,
it's only
this is
3.
way-
It's 3. So learners, 120 hours plus 1 year. P1's 1 year, which you can drive around by yourself after that, when you get that.
Yep.
P2s is the same. You drive around by yourself, but you have to have it for 2 years, and then you can go for your full license. Which
See, for us, that P2 thing, it's the
Yeah.
same exact for us, but the P2 doesn't exist.
Okay.
Like they just cut that part out.
Okay.
So, like within 2 years of getting your like first ever license, you can be a fully licensed driver on your own.
Cooper, you're going to see a lot of dead animals when you come here too, by the way.
What the fuck? Where did that come from?
Sorry, we're talking about driving. On the side of the road, you'll just see random dead kangaroos and wombats and like fucking random animals just dead on the side of the road. So that's something you'll see a lot of. Remember that video we're watching Top Gear and they did the
Oh
Shark
yeah,
special?
yeah.
And they're talking about the animals. And they were driving these really fast cars, but really fucking slow.
Yeah, and everyone was like passing them and shit.
Yeah, everyone in Australia is passing them doing 130 down the road. They're doing like 70.
Do you know how it works for the motorcycle license there? Because it works
that's-
differently here.
I think it's the same kinda. On your learners, you can drive by yourself, but I think you have to get a certain amount of hours, which I think is 60 to 70. It's not that much because obviously you don't ride your bike as much as what you drive your car.
Right.
And then you get your P1 and P2 as well, but I don't know what you have to do to get them.
So for in Canada, anyways, you get your M1, so the first license, and within 3 months, you have to get your M2.
Okay.
So like it doesn't make sense to go to your M1 in the middle of the winter because then you're fucked and you don't get to practice.
Yeah.
So you do your M1, then you wait 3 months, then you get your M2, and then you have to have your M2 for 2 years, then you get your full M. You do a written test for the M1, a drive test for the M2 and then another drive test for the full M.
I'm gonna look this up real quick.
Do it.
I like comparing how people get their licenses because I know in America you can go for your license at 16. What age can you go for your learners? What can you go for?
16 here.
16. So you can do that here as well. But you can't get.
Although it's weird because in Quebec,
I
like
don't.
the French province,
Yeah.
they do it differently. Same thing with fucking high school. Like you guys what? You have primary and then what? Your like high school. What's your high school?
Oh, okay. So we have like kindergarten. Like preschool, before you go to primary school.
Yeah, like kindergarten.
So preschool's like you go to that to like 2 years before you go to your primary school, which is where you go from year 1 or kindergarten, year 1 to year 6.
Yep.
Which you're about, I think it's like 12 by the time you finish that.
Yep.
Then you go to high school, which is year 7 to year 12.
Okay, so it's exactly the same here for that.
And you'll finish that at 18.
Yeah, it's the exact same here, but it's weird because in Quebec, the province directly beside, they graduate in grade 11.
Yeah.
Or year, whatever, 6 or whatever in high school. Like, they graduate before us, but they have this thing that's, like, not college, but in between. So, like, it's called cégep, and they can go to it, and it's like, not college, but it's, like, somewhere in between. Like, they still get a credit for it, but it's, like, it's weird. Like, it's not held the same. So, like, if you have cégep for something and college in the same field, the college is held higher.
All right, okay. So, to get this is off a website called Stay Upright, which is a place that you go for Australian motorbike licenses. Like, just info. It's not where you go to actually do it, but it's info about how to get it and stuff. So, in New South Wales, which is where I live, you have to check your eligibility, complete a pre-learner course, take the certificate issued at conclusion of the pre-learner course.
Wait, time out. That's mandatory?
Yep.
Okay, so for us, we can do that. It's optional. And if we do that, it takes that time from a year to 9 months. It knocks off 3 months, but it's optional.
Right. Then you have to hold your license for a minimum of 3 and a maximum of 12 months.
Okay. Yep.
Then complete the pre-provisional course and skills test. Then take the certificate issued at the end of the pre-provisional course and test to the RMS, which is Road Maritime Services, which is our RTA or whatever, or DMV or
RTO or whatever. Yeah.
And receive your P1 license, your red Ps, which is, and then after 12 months, you can go for your P2 or unrestricted.
Right, which is like your full license, basically, right?
When they say so unrestricted here, obviously you still have your like blood alcohol limit for unrestricted.
But it's what, 0.08 for you?
It's 0.05.
Oh shit! Okay, it's 0.08 for us.
We're a bunch of alcoholics. And then it's on your P's. You can only have 0.00. In your
right, yeah, that's the same with us.
Which people obviously where I live push that limit a lot.
0.05, yeah, that's weird, man.
If you're a truck driver, you have to have 0.02.
If you have a motorcycle, it's 0.05.
Yeah.
For us.
Okay, so that's us on cars and everything.
Yeah. Good.
They've just put in alcohol fucking testing at my place where I work for the first time, and I'm like, really?
Well, so you don't just show up to work drunk?
Yeah. Well, people.
What the fuck?
One dude got in trouble. This is great. So this dude was having his dinner at work. And we have like, obviously at work, I don't know if everyone else has this. There's a smoking area.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you go to the smoking area, which is outside the fence of work, which is like right at the car
technically
park.
Not on the property kind of thing.
No, well, it's on the property. It's in the car park, so it's technically in the property, but it's outside the property at the same time. Because there's gates and shit, you have to use cars to get out there. And there's dude went out to have his dinner, and he pulls 2 fucking stubbies, which are 2 fucking bottles of beer, out of his fucking lunchbox and puts it right next to the guy in charge. Comes out to have his smoke break, and sees him sculling his last beer before he goes back into work, and he drives forklifts for a fucking his job.
Jesus Christ.
And the dude was like, "What? I always have 2 beers." He's been working there for 15 years, and he's been having 2 beers for dinner every fucking time he's worked. This is for 15 years. He's the first time he got pulled up for it, and he got fired for it.
Fuck that. That's
Yeah.
kind of shit. That's a lot.
Because he wouldn't know. Well, he wouldn't change his. He kept doing.
Oh, so they say, hey, don't drink at work, and they're like, he's like, no, I'm doing it anyways.
They gave him 3 warnings, but he kept doing it and got
Uh,
fired. Now they've done a thing where it's like if you get caught doing that, they'll take you to rehab for it to get better at it. And
Right.
shit. Like the
Well, it's
company,
like-
the company will pay for you to go, get treatment for your alcoholism or whatever they fucking call it.
Yeah, so if people who are watching this, like in Australia or America or anywhere that's not Canada, and you don't know, marijuana is completely legal in Canada.
In
Like,
small doses, though, isn't it? It's not like within not intent to sell, is what I'm saying.
You're not allowed to sell it, but you're allowed to. Like, I'm allowed to. I could grow 4 plants of marijuana myself here at home, and that's legal.
As long as you don't sell it.
As long as I don't sell it, but I can go to the dispensary and buy like a fucking garbage bag full of weed as long as I'm not selling it.
Okay, that's a bit fucked, but okay. I'm sorry, but in the like what I'm getting at is like intent to sell is much bigger fine here than it is to actually possess. So,
Well, it is for us too. So like weed is almost treated like bootlegged alcohol now. So if you sell it, you're fucked.
yeah,
Like you're fucked. But the point is that it became legal last year, the year before,
yeah.
and we were literally getting emails from like the head of like the government, like because I work for the federal government, like from like
He's
government
a cop.
heads.
He's a cop.
I'm a knock.
He's a knock.
And we were getting from like the heads of the government coming down being like, you can't be high at work, don't show up high, don't do all this shit. I'm like, what fucking mong is showing up to work high anyways? And then I just thought about it for a second. I'm like, probably more people than I'd think actually.
Yeah.
Like this didn't just come out of nowhere.
And like they do drug testing now as well, like because people would bring like heaps of painkillers to work. Like they opened up the one dude's locker because they were suspicious of him, and he had like 4 or 5 packets of ibuprofen in there that were full, but he had one that was empty.
Like, why do you have 5 things of it?
It wasn't like he said he bought them because he gets heaps of headaches and shit like that. And it's like, yeah. Then we looked at the receipt, and he actually bought 7 packets.
And already downed one of them?
He had downed 2 of them because it was 2 empty packets. And it was only 3 days before he fucking bought them. Like 3 days when he bought
That's
them.
fucked.
When
That's
they
so
checked
bad for your body, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And that's ibuprofen, man. Like you're not gonna take. You shouldn't take. What was it? 2? Yeah, 2 packets.
2 every
7?
4 hours.
Yeah, 2 tablets, not 2 packets.
No, oh my god. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's like cough medicine. People drinking like lean and shit and like drinking cough syrup. Like, you're fucked.
So yeah. Anyway, we do have to hurry up and what the fuck? Ibuprofen, man. Like, what is it? Do you guys have
Do we have ibuprofen? I think he's asking, like, can you even get high off ibuprofen?
I don't know, but it's a painkiller.
Some people misuse ibuprofen by intentionally taking more than the recommended dosage to attempt to get high or in an act of self-harm. But what the fuck? Can you get a buzz? No, ibuprofen cannot get you high. All it does is it'll just numb your body.
Yeah, that's what he was doing.
Damn.
Because he hurt himself or something, and he was fucking just saying, I hurt my leg ages ago, and I've been taking ibuprofen ever since. But it's like you can get addicted to it, apparently.
Well, it's sort of like weed. Like, you can't physically get addicted to it, but you can get mentally addicted to it. Like, your body doesn't become dependent, but because it gets part of your shit, you just keep going back to it.
Yeah.
Like,
So
it's
he was-
weird.
But like, they were just worried because the dude was taking shitloads of it really quickly.
Right.
It wasn't like he was doing it every 4 hours. Like, at least one packet should get you through the same amount of time that he was taking these 2 or 3 packets. It was fucked.
That's fucked.
Yeah, like if you're numbing your body that much, you're obviously in a lot of pain.
Oh, and by the way, Mr. Viking,
I didn't do it.
we were muted. We were muted, but you had, or maybe we hadn't started yet, and you were making a joke like, yeah, no one's going to show up to the Twitch anyways. We had like 6 or 7 people here at one point, so You're wrong.
Yeah,
Fuck
no,
you.
it's always on YouTube that the people show up. It's never here. But thank you for coming, everyone. That's really
Yes,
good.
thanks for the, and that's how we'll round down. So yes, everybody who showed up, thanks for showing up, especially on this new channel. I know that we're kind of, it's a little bit scuffed right now, and we're trying to get this back up, sort of off of its own feet. So thanks for everybody who showed up and commented. It's been active, and that's awesome. I love that. And if you're watching this later on YouTube, also thanks for watching it. No, it's a short stream. We're just sort of talking about goofy shit and in-house stuff, eating food or whatever. Like, this was super informal. We didn't really have anything to talk about, but thanks for showing up. As always, if you guys want to come hang out with us, you can join our Discord. Vike, if you want to throw that in the chat.
I've talked about it many times, but yes, I can.
Yeah, just throw it in the chat. If you're here right now on Twitch, you can click on that link and it'll bring you to our Discord, and you can come hang out.
People in Twitch are already in our fucking Discord.
Yeah, that's fucking cool, but you can do it anyways. So just for the sake of it, that is where you can go. If you're watching this on YouTube, in the description down below is where you can join the Discord. We talk about goofy shit, send a lot of memes, and plug the Discord link by. See? It needs the link, dude.
Yeah, I'm getting there. Calm down.
Can I join twice? Make a new account and then join again. But yeah, so if you're on YouTube, you can do that. If you want to see more of the past Underclocks, you can also click the playlist that's made down below. Shut up. You're probably confused if you've seen the show before and you missed the beginning of it, why this is episode 11 and it goes 8, 9, 11. The last one got eaten by Twitch somehow and they haven't answered us yet, so that's why it's kind of weird. Viking, if you want to get out on or say thanks to the homies.
Oh, yeah, so thanks again, everyone who came. I really appreciate it. The Discord is always open for everyone who wants to come in and say hi, but not only that, you can ask us questions. We have a question area. You can ask us, like, when's the next show? You can ask us questions that you want us to answer on the show as well. So
Ooh, and if you have somebody who might want to come on as a guest or somebody who you might want to see, that would be reasonable. Like, we're not going to get like the head of fucking Bethesda or something stupid.
Yeah, we're not going to.
But somebody that you think that could actually get on.
What's his name?
Todd Howard.
Yeah, the ruiner of dreams.
Dude, Todd is a god. Don't take it away. He's a legend. But yeah, we're not gonna get somebody like that. But if you've got somebody who you're like, this person is realistic, Todd, leave him alone.
Cooper loves Todd Howard with a passion.
Dude,
There's a poster of him.
It's above my bed, so when I go to sleep, I can look at him. But yeah, so if you've got suggestions, or even when we have a guest on, there's a questions area. If you want to just shoot the shit, there's memes and all that kind of stuff. So it's a great place to come and just hang out.
Yeah. So thank you guys so much for coming. I really appreciate it. And we will have to.
Okay, Nancy, don't bring that up. The ceiling is moving has an entire story to it.
Don't bring it up. Talks about
we're
it.
Not going to talk about it now, but if he remembers, maybe like next time or a couple times from now, we'll have him back on and we'll have that conversation, and you can hear this fucking.
Yeah, you can come on and tell us how he went at that competition that he went to.
That was Mortzi.
Yeah.
Different human being.
That's what we're talking about.
No
one cares about Nancy.
No, but
okay.
Okay, but we're leaving. We've got somewhere to go. So I hope you guys have a awesome evening or day or whenever it is if you're watching this in the future. As always, you will see us in the next video, stream, or podcast. We're going to be on Viking's channel playing some Arma, and then we'll definitely be playing Elite Dangerous afterwards. I'm not sure if he's going to stream or not, but we'll be doing that.
Teaching this guy how to actually play it.
Yeah, exactly. So I hope you guys have an awesome time, and as always, we'll see you then. So later, dudes.
Peace out, guys.